The video documents a severe near miss where a worker operating an overhead crane was nearly impacted by a massive, heavy roller. During lifting, the crane mechanism critically malfunctioned, causing the heavy load to abruptly and violently drop from the suspension cables. The object crashed to the ground inches from the worker, who narrowly evaded the catastrophic crush hazard. This incident stresses the urgent need for mandatory equipment maintenance and testing, strict exclusion zones during all overhead lifting, and rigorous pre-shift inspections of all crane components. The video records a severe and catastrophic structural failure during the construction of a new bridge or overpass. The footage clearly shows workers operating near a segment of the bridge when, without warning, the entire large concrete and steel span suddenly loses support and collapses violently onto the ground below. This swift collapse results in the massive loss of the structure and creates an immediate, extreme hazard to nearby personnel. This incident serves as a critical warning, underscoring the non-negotiable need for rigorous engineering verification of all temporary support systems. The mandatory enforcement of exclusion zones to clear non-essential staff from unstable areas, and strict quality control over materials and construction methods to prevent such devastating structural failures. This video documents a critical structural failure during concrete pouring operations on a construction site. The footage shows a crew of workers positioned on an elevated slab while actively placing wet concrete. Suddenly, the temporary formwork or shoring system failed catastrophically due to a presumed lack of proper bracing and stability. This failure resulted in the immediate collapse of the entire supported deck, causing the workers to fall violently from the elevated height. This severe incident serves as a crucial reminder of the non-negotiable need for mandatory engineering review and certification of all formwork and shoring supports prior to commencing the pour. It also highlights the absolute requirement for strict enforcement of personal fall protection protocols for all personnel working at height during construction activities. The video documents a hazardous safety incident in a warehouse or loading area where a forklift operation directly interfered with vehicle traffic. The footage shows a forklift operator actively lifting or placing materials onto a truck with the extended forks elevated. A motorcyclist then rides past the operation without adequate caution or observation, resulting in the motorcycle snagging or colliding with the raised forks. This impact causes the motorcycle to fall abruptly in the path of the heavy equipment. This event serves as a crucial reminder that strict traffic control and segregation are essential in all active loading zones. It highlights the vital importance of forklift operators maintaining constant situational awareness regarding their extended load and operational swing radius, and mandates that all other personnel and vehicle operators observe clear exclusion zones around heavy machinery to prevent severe collisions and impact hazards. The video captures a severe accident in a warehouse or loading dock environment during materials transfer. The footage shows a forklift operator attempting to move or position a load into a vehicle or storage area while a worker is standing in close proximity to the operation. Due to a failure to properly secure the load or a sudden loss of vehicle stability, the elevated stack of cargo violently tips and falls, resulting in a severe impact with the nearby worker. This incident serves as a critical warning that strict enforcement of exclusion zones is mandatory during all forklift and lifting operations and highlights the crucial need for rigorous load, securing practices, and constant situational awareness by both equipment operators and ground personnel to prevent crush and impact injuries. The video documents a severe industrial incident in a woodworking or timber facility involving hazardous manual material handling. The footage shows a group of workers attempting to move a large, heavy timber or log without the aid of mechanized lifting equipment. One worker attempts to shoulder or carry the massive piece of wood, assisted by colleagues who help lift it into place. After only a few steps, the worker is overwhelmed by the extreme weight of the timber and collapses, falling to the ground under the heavy load. This incident serves as a critical warning that mandatory assessment of all load weights must precede movement, with strict prohibition of manual lifting for loads exceeding safe ergonomic limits. It emphasizes the absolute requirement to utilize mechanical aids for all heavy and oversized materials to prevent overexertion, loss of control, and severe crush injuries. The video captures a severe industrial incident on a construction site involving the failure of a lifting operation. The footage shows a worker operating an overhead crane to lift and maneuver a heavy concrete mixer or material container. Suddenly, the crane's cable or hoisting mechanism experiences a critical malfunction, causing the heavy container to immediately lose its secure hold and abruptly swing and fall. The massive load crashes down directly into the worker, resulting in a severe impact. This incident serves as a crucial warning that mandatory, rigorous pre-shift inspection and load testing of all crane cables, hooks, and hoisting mechanisms are non-negotiable. Furthermore, it emphasizes the absolute requirement for strict enforcement of personnel exclusion zones to keep workers out of the direct path and swing radius of all overhead loads to prevent catastrophic crush and impact injuries. The video records a severe industrial incident in a facility where chemical or liquid materials are being handled or heated, with multiple workers present in the area. The footage shows a worker near a vat or container of the liquid material when an object is inadvertently dropped or falls into the container. This intrusion causes an immediate and violent eruption of the liquid, which rapidly sprays or plumes outward, creating a widespread hazard to personnel. The workers in the vicinity are instantly seen scrambling and rushing away to escape the spreading danger. This incident underscores the non-negotiable need for strict enforcement of protocols to prevent any foreign material from entering liquid processing vessels, especially those containing reactive or heated substances. It highlights the absolute requirement for maintaining clear operational clearances and using appropriate personal protective equipment, PPE, to mitigate exposure to unforeseen material releases. The video captures a safety incident in a facility where a worker is manually transporting a stack of materials using a trolley or pushcart. The footage shows the cart is visibly overloaded or improperly stacked, creating an unstable high load. As the worker attempts to maneuver the cart, the top-heavy stack of material suddenly shifts and violently tumbles forward. The falling load strikes the worker with force, knocking them down under the weight of the material. This incident serves as a critical warning that all materials must be securely stacked below the safety height limits and within the capacity of the transport equipment. It emphasizes the absolute necessity of proper training in manual load, securing techniques and prohibiting overloading to prevent sudden collapse and severe impact hazards. The video captures a severe traffic or worksite incident involving a large dump truck and a smaller vehicle or person. The footage shows the large truck reversing without adequate observation or clearance. Due to the operator's failure to check the blind zone, the massive truck reverses directly and forcefully into a smaller object or person, causing an immediate and severe crush event. The impact is sudden and overwhelming. This catastrophic event serves as a crucial warning that mandatory use of spotters, rear-view cameras, and audible warning signals is essential before any large vehicle is put into reverse. It emphasizes the absolute necessity of strict enforcement of exclusion zones behind heavy machinery and the requirement for operators to pause and conduct a 360-degree check to ensure the entire reversing path is completely clear of all persons and objects.